Well, the opening day of any competition is special for everyone. A red letter day for everybody here, and those of you who have joined us for our live coverage. I hope everybody is comfortably strapped in for the ride. We're sure that this will be a feast of football, irresistible, emotional, a roller coaster for everyone involved. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So straight into the action. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Morgan Gibbs-White, Peter. He's someone who'll have an impactful presence. Always the standout player or thereabouts. You know, dynamic, creative, never shirks away from the physical stuff in the game. He's difficult to find faults in. I think his attitude and application is something that any upcoming talent should be looking out for.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Knocks it out wide. Played in. Ødegaard. Gerrard. Ødegaard. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Now it's Wood, and he's running through.
That was lovely, that.
Wood. Wood! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Wood clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Forward it goes. Havertz. And this is Shevchenko. Oh, great defending. That needed doing. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that.
Nottingham really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Sangare. Shevchenko. Looking for the run. Sangare. Hutchinson. Kagawa can so cleverly bypass the press. Anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. That's a sharp pass, and he's been shifted off it.
Havertz really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And that has left him in a heap. And it's Shevchenko.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
And the whistle goes for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And so the action is resumed. So the first half brought no goals. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. He's in plenty of space here. He's shifting through the gears here. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. Threads one in. He's found space here. Big chance! Ødegaard clears. Gibbs White bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest, but I'm not giving up on it. There's plenty energy on the pitch, not to give up hope just yet.
Sangare. Passing is crisp and sharp. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Gerrard being hounded, manhandled at times.
Well, he's the quarterback equivalent, so I'm not surprised that he's been closed down first.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Portugal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Williams. Can he latch on to this? No, he's not going to get any further than that.
Nottingham really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Awani receives it in a good position here. Williams. That's very neat.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And here's Havertz. Tries to play it through. That's a shade optimistic.
Havertz clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
There's the shot! Oh, he's done it! A breakthrough! So late in the day! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
Substitution for Portugal, number 26.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. Portugal now on the verge of victory, save for a few potentially hectic final moments.
Well, I can wholeheartely say, Peter, they deserve this, but has the opposition enough spirit left in them now to maybe find a way back?
And that will be it. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride.
And
Havertz picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
Thank you for your
Portugal have done it. They're people without a fingernail left between them after what they have just witnessed.
Well, I thought only one team
Well, this is a critical game, a chance for the perfect statement to any potential rival that you are aiming higher at their expense. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle, and here we go.
It's rare for me to look at a fullback as a potential match winner, Peter, but with Roberto Carlos, I can make an exception.
He's not a defender at all, is he? He's a winger more than that.
Exactly, the Brazilian Express, up and down the line all the time, and a taker of audacious free kicks.
Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Can he finish? Goal! Brazil! And Brazil take the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Gonçalo Inácio, Ruben Neves.
Portugal are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Savinho opts for safety. Great vision. Savinho, he has found the way through. Decent chance! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Bruno Guimaraes. That pass isn't the best. Played with speed from back to front. Cristiano Ronaldo. He is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And that pass just didn't quite work. That's a sharp pass. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Gonçalo Ramos. Gonçalo Ramos! Bruno Guimaraes. Rivaldo. Now this could be a Brazilian counter-attack. Rivaldo. He's found the way through. There's the shot! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
Oh, Red, nice interception. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Araujo kept his eye on it, and he's there. Nicely weighted ball. Bruno Guimaraes. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And that brings the first half to a close. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Portugal unable to get back onto level terms before half-time. They trail 1-0.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing It just hasn't gelled.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. Dstuds takes a shot, and he makes no mistake. They have come roaring back.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that.
Vinicius Junior! Goal, Brazil! And they get themselves in front! Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Number 7, Vinicius Junior.
Brazil have their lead. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Ramos. Bruno Fernandes does really well to win the ball there. Roberto Carlos. Still they trail, and time is ticking away. And the finish! Not a bad try by any means.
Vinicius Junior has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
Brazil are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they? It's Cristiano Ronaldo! It's in! Again, we are level. What a contest!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character. Wonderful.
What are you thinking about the goal?
I love the technique in that finish. There was a concentration to keep it down.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Quite a game this, all square again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Ronaldo showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Nice interception, well timed. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Portugal.
Rodrigo, he's through on goal here. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. The referee's come over. It's a red card. Well, Jim, there's only one reason that he would be sent off there. It is the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
Yes, sadly he knew exactly what he was doing and he had to go with the risk.
He's shaping up to have a crack from here.
Well, I think this is definitely one of these areas where they've rehearsed enough.
Roberto Carlos! Brazil with the corner, they're first. Bernardo Silva is there to clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Strong challenge, that could leave a mark. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And that is a little undercooked.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Araujo gets a foot in here. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Oh, that was vital. Oh, that's... Oh, shooting chance! Oh, wow, that's crazy! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? What a delicious finish. That is immaculate.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
Substitution for Portugal.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Well, they've done the hard part, now to survive the last few minutes.
Well, these last few moments are going to be pretty frantic, I would think, as the opposition try tooth and nail to get back into this. We're never done till it's completely done.
Number 11, Gonzalo Ramos. Coming on to replace him is number 4,
Roberto Carlos.
Gonzalo Guedes.
Bruno Guimaraes. Looking to play him in. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And the referee brings it to a close. Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying colours. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Portugal can be really happy with this. I saw it as one of these defining games for them, and they showed real character to get the job done. A big statement for anyone who might be up next.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.
Smoking is only permitted in designated areas within these grounds.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, we're on the way. Iker Casillas, Jim, a man considered amongst the greatest ever when it comes to goalkeeping.
Yeah, and it's all the more impressive given that he's relatively short for a keeper, Peter. But he makes up for it with his agility, his laser focus and the ability to live up to the big occasion. Also, don't forget the way he exerts control, despite not being particularly outspoken. That is something else too.
Messi ploughing through the middle. And that has been cleared. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
Stoichkov really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now it's Stoichkov. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Played out to the left flank. And here's Batistuta. He's in a good position here. Well, that's a... And Batistuta! Goal! Portugal! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Portugal are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
The first breakthrough.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. And it's Totti. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Nicely weighted ball.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Aimed beyond the defence. And this is Messi. He's having a shot! And it's come back out to him. And we have our very first corner. Adams gets it away. Batistuta! And that is wildly off target.
Batistuta clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
Looking to play him in. Tries to play it through. And it's been played through. Just the keeper in his way. Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
Oh, what a dampener that was, just when we were hoping he'd turn up the heat. It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Knocks it into space. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
They've got to be quick moving this forward. Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold up.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
So, a temporary halt to the action. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum. And they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Substitution for France.
Portugal have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0.
23.
Back on the way then.
Coming on the field.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Not the most accurate pass. Zanetti. Looking for options for movement. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And this is Messi. He's picked his way through. It's a goal kick. Totti. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Oh, well played.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Portugal are still that goal to the good.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Zanetti cuts out the pass. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Totti. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
Totti. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Baresi deals with that comfortably. Kagawa. Adams kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Messi! And no mistake. Right back in it. Almost no time remaining. Game still on. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
And he's made sure that's not getting through. Kimmich clears without hesitation. Well, that has not gone well. Cafu. That's Gerrard.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now it's Pelé. Referee's had a good look and given a corner.
Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
So that's it, it is all over. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead. Batistuta taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points. And it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement's already palpable. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So that's got things underway.
And you know, Peter, it's great to see Samuel Eto'o on the team sheet. Energetic, fast, strong, a deadly finisher, and his stamina is absolutely exceptional. He just doesn't stop running.
Right, genuine African superstar.
And usually leaves you something to remember.
That's a little off target. Oh, good-looking ball. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And this is Batistuta. Kagawa. That's an excellent interception. Delivered low. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And we're underway.
You know, Peter, even from up here, I can sense a quiet determination from Rivaldo. Someone who's always let his football do the talking.
Yeah, and his shooting especially, he has one of those genuinely piercing shots.
And tremendous skill as well, and imagination.
Portugal with the corner, they're first. And this is Kagawa. He's found the Kagawa! Straight at the keeper.
That's just literally playing into his hands.
Pinches it off him. And it's Kagawa. Tries to pass it through. Can he finish? It's in!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
A finish of great intelligence. He just understood and he executed so smoothly.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. That's a little off target. Can he get on the end of this? Applies the finish! No, he's missed it.
Tottenham really have been deserted by their composure and allowed frustration to take over, and it's not a good sign.
Gerrard. Messi. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Looking for the run.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Baresi promptly onto that, and that is that. And it's Gerrard. Rivaldo going face-to-face with his great rival. And the counter is on. Rijkaard. Can he get it through? And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Always onto this. Oh, Messi! It's in! They are right back in business.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Rivaldo. To Gerrard. Baresi calmly anticipates. Drogba. He's beaten. It's Drogba! He's got a goal! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Tottenham have their lead.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Cannavaro kept his eye on it, and he's there. Kagawa. He's in a good position here. Oh, he's been caught napping. It's out of play for a goal kick. Wan-Bissaka is there to clear. Gerrard looking for the chance to skim one in from range. He's in plenty of space here. Messi receives it in a wide position. And he's managed to get free. Great vision. Pass somewhat off target. And that brings the first half to a close. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time.
Please take this opportunity to pay a
So
visit
there
to our
was the
official
first
store
half.
where
Oh,
memorabilia
what a
from
half,
today's
Peter.
match are
What
now
a half.
available.
It really has had a bit of everything. Two sides going tooth and nail, trying to win this from the off. If only all games could serve this up.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
Substitution.
And we get things going again.
Portugal can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Ernest, Messi, chance! And that's a sharp finish. Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So the lead now is 2.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And it's Batistuta. Gerrard.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
And here's Batistuta. Looking to play him in. Shapes. And it's hit the woodwork and out. Ernest, the specialist in tearing teams apart. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Batistuta needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Batistuta gets flagged offside. Now it's Shevchenko. Varane makes the interception. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. And this is Drogba. Portugal needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And that has left him in a heap. That's a foul, no two ways about it. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Substitution for Portugal. Number 26, Kagawa. Coming on the field is number 4,
Wan-Bissaka.
Olise.
And it's gone back to the keeper. On, there's the shot! And he's stuck it away! Just one in it now! The game takes on a whole new complexion! An act of great generosity, accepted gratefully, indeed gleefully.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
Substitution for Portugal. Number
Just
8.
one in it now.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho. This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Well, it
There
is
will be
clear to
5
see
minutes
that he
added
is not
time.
at all happy with that.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Drogba! Oh, it rattles the bar! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Well, that would have gone down as a bit of a waste. You're in a great position and you end up massively frustrated.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that'll be the end of that. Portugal illustrating perfectly the fickle nature of football. Everything looked so good for them to start with, but as we have seen so many times, they ended up with nothing.
And if you do have a chance today,
After all of
please
that,
take some
Jim,
time out
what are
to
you
give your
thinking?
support to
Well,
our
it's got to be said,
devastating
Peter, it's a day to forget for the players at the heart of a defence who were just getting beaten way too easily on so many occasions. But I think the manager, too, has to take responsibility for his failure to stop the leaks.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Well, Peter, this is certainly a man who can make all the difference.
King Eric Cantona! Well, now it's a race, and it's come back out to him. Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, he certainly reacted quicker than anyone else, Peter. He just couldn't keep his composure in the end.
Looking for options for movement. Now it's Batistuta. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And he's forced to go back. Triol. And it's made its way to him. Real chance! All eyes on the referee. It's a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. So perhaps now the breakthrough. He scores for sure! A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
So, a breakthrough already. Pirlo, a player whose confidence, whose sense of adventure rubs off on all of those around him.
Portugal are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And here's Cantona, and here's Batistuta. Batistuta unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And this is Batistuta. And here's Cantona. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Cannavaro.
Madrid always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But it can pay off big time, can't it?
Yeah, just about every top side are doing this now.
Now it's Shevchenko. Messi. Now there's a fine ball. And he was alert to it.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Kaka.
Portugal truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Oh, what has happened here? Oh, that's fabulous. And that's gone loose. Corner then. And we have our very first corner. Triol clears it away. Dembele! And no mistake. And there's the goal they've been looking for. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it. Now shoots!
And now they can clear their lines. Oh, that's close, and that will be the last of it. It's half-time. Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. So right back into the action.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Spread it left. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Looking for the run. Oh, well played.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Well, that looks a decent ball. Cute ball. Now, how can he reach it? He's got away. It's a goal kick. Gabriel. And here's Dstuds. Varane does really well there. He is strong. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Couldn't squeeze it through. Kaka. Taken back almost at once. Plays a sharp little ball here. Pirlo is always looking to break lines. Threads one in. Kagawa has it out wide and in space. And a chance! And that's a tidy finish. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
Portugal, after 68
Portugal
minutes,
cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter.
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Batistuta really may get an earful from his teammates for not looking up to see what was around him, but I think he was perfectly entitled to try it for himself.
Looking to play him in. Spread out to the left. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
Substitution on the field, number 19.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Number 22.
Knocks it into space.
Substitution in progress.
Madrid clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And here's Mbappe. Ribery. Nicely weighted ball. Decent chance! Eric Cantona! Fantastic! About as smooth as it gets. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
Can he finish? And yes, it's there! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Just one in it now.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
Chance for a shot! And that is well cleared. And he cuts out the supply. Great vision. Ribery looking to receive it in space. And that's that. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So that's got things underway.
Peter, if you're looking for a defensive blueprint, then look no further than Alessandro Nesta.
There's nothing he hasn't got, is there?
As complete a stopper as I can remember, he just loves to defend and he's always willing to put his body on the line.
Haaland showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Nicely weighted ball. Xavi Alonso. Now, can they get him away? That's a good ball out wide. Doué's cross. And he thumps it clear. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Cristiano Ronaldo. That is good alertness. Kagawa can see things others simply cannot. Can he get on the end of this? And this is Ronaldo. Oh, what's he giving here? He's given a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. This for the lead. That is some save from Khan. Messi getting this one clear. Oh, good climb! Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Portugal so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Looking for the run, and he's made sure that's not getting through. Now it's Shevchenko, now it's Batistuta. Saliba. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Great vision. Oh, Red, nice interception. That pass has been well intercepted. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. 15 minutes till half-time. Oh, this looks sharp. And he was alert to it.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Now it's Shevchenko. Bayer Leverkusen have quite a reputation for being combative, confrontational, just in your face, Jim.
It's well rehearsed, Peter. It's testament to their excellent work ethic, really. The way they always go chasing the ball in numbers, and they can keep it up late into a game too.
That's the keeper's ball. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Portugal clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Deftly away. And it's Messi.
There will be
Cafu.
1 minute at a
Oh,
time.
well measured. Courtois breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And the referee has blown for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. So your views on the first half?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
So, Cristiano Ronaldo! It's a loose ball. Looking for the fob. Oh, great! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Oh, give it away! Oh, great! It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Cafu gets it away. Messi. And the pass is intercepted. Gabriel. Now it's Kagawa. Haaland. Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo unable to make it happen for all his good intention. And the shot! Oh, it's come loose. And now they can clear their lines. And that's definitely not his best. Knocks it into space. Gabriel deals with that comfortably. Oh, they can break here.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Oh, he's on his own! Batistuta had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
Oh, I was on the edge of my seat then. He just took on one too many.
Well, we expected better, and so did he. No breakthrough, and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Well, he stayed down and is in very obvious discomfort here.
Substitution for Portugal, number 26, Kagawa. Coming on the field is number 7, Erdegaard. Substitution.
Batistuta, well timed, excellent interception. Portugal do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Portugal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to...
That is Stuta! It's in! Finally, the deadlock is broken.
Well, you can see what it means to all of them. A frustrating game, but now they have what they wanted, and they're rightly pumped and ready to go again.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And it didn't take him long. Chance, surely! And that could come back to haunt them.
Yeah, you always felt that they were going to up the tempo after going behind. It's not like they have any other option now.
Substitutions taking place.
Portugal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Towering header! And a truly agonising miss.
Well, the lead may be fragile, but the keeper was focused and strong.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Taken off it pretty forcefully. Now it's Shevchenko, and here's the chance to counter.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Decent chance! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench.
Yeah, and the jostling for position has begun. There's hardly any breathing space in that box.
Terrific effort! No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Oh, he's been caught on it here! Courtois. And that's that. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutral. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle.
Well, if you're looking for a match winner, Peter, look no further.
Lionel Messi, the great genius himself. It felt almost unfair at times, didn't it, the way he just seemed to sweep the opposition aside. Even traditional bogey teams were just powerless to resist him when he was on his game.
Yeah, and I remember one game against the boys from Madrid when that famous front three were...
Batistuta! Now who's... and Messi! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Shevchenko. And that has left him in a heap. Ball's gone out of play. Well, there's the clearance. Quarter of an hour played. Neither of these two want to come off second best. So we're still where we started right now. Now it's Messi. Great vision. Now that's well seen too. Puyol. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Tries to pass it through. Messi. It's a pretty loose pass. Messi is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, that's fabulous. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Platini charging forward, the ball at his feet. Oh, shooting chance! And again! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Passes short and sharp. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Looking to play him in. And that is expertly dealt with. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
Well, for me, Peter, I think it's all too...
That's a foul, no two ways about it. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
And it's Xavi, looking for options for movement. It's a throw-in. That's it, 45 minutes up. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. Any strong opinions on the first half?
It's a bit disappointing the way the team couldn't make the most of what looked like a pretty high-octane start, Peter. But this break should give them enough time to rediscover their focus and intent and start the second half in a similar manner. They have to keep believing.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, I can imagine
Platini, he's through on goal. Can he finish? Marvellous goal!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
The first breakthrough.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
And he gets rid in a hurry. Messi.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Shapes to shoot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Messi, great chance! Messi, oh, that is beautiful! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And there's the goal they've been looking for. Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
So that's two now without reply. Platini! Just cruising! They are cruising! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. Oh, delicious, such devilish curl.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Messi carries the ball down the right. Messi, a dangerous raider down the right-hand side. And Messi! And that's off target.
Oh, it's great when someone backs himself to go on a run and get on the other side of the defence. Unfortunately, that's where it ended.
Number 26,
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
coming on the field, number 4, Olise. Number 22, Rocher.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Now it's Messi. He is through here. Now it's Platini. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
Good running, strong and purposeful. Aimed beyond the defence, and that was asking for too much.
Substitution for Portugal, number 13.
Time for a change in personnel, so time for a potential game changer.
Well, it's going to make for a frantic end, Peter. Let's hope he's got enough time to make the impact he wants.
He's found a way past. And time is up. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone. What are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Against Portugal.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So that's got things underway.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
It's a pretty loose pass. Kagawa is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Torres, now it's Goulet. The muscular approach does pay off here. Oh, that's a key interception.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
And that is out of play. Wan-Bissaka. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, can I bring Ousmane Dembele to your attention? He's been described as a phenomenon and one of the very best. That's high praise indeed, and we've seen some great flashes, but he still has a long way to go to fulfill all of that potential.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. And here's Goulet. It's run loose here. And here's Torres.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. And no surprise, that's a booking. Goulet. Xavi Alonso. Gabriel. Xavi Alonso. Now it's Batistuta. Can he get on the end of this? Shevchenko couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Oh, I was on the edge of my seat then. He just took on one too many.
Saliba. Serginho. Raul. Threads one in. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards. This for 1-0. And Czech pulls off a sensational save. Portugal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. He's rising! There it is!
Surprise, surprise. Look who turns up to give his side the ultimate lift before the break. Now we can look forward to a whole different game in this second half.
A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Portugal, and the referee has blown for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Portugal up by one goal at the halfway point.
Quick request for support.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised. hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Portugal are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Messi. Shevchenko. Shot, surely! In he goes again. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And it's played forward. That's a good foray he's making. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. France appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Looking for the run. Can he finish? And he's straight offside. Gabriel. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe.
Kimmich. Great vision. Oh, it's a great ball. And the finish! Denied by an instinctive save.
Batistuta is offering a wry smile there.
Well, the first goal came from this. And now a sudden chance to counter. Gabriel calmly anticipates. And it's Arda Güler. Can he get away here? Portugal leading then, courtesy of the goal scored late in the first half here. 1-0 the score. It's a good run down the right. And he's worked it through.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Still just that single goal and we are nearly done. This looks promising. Shevchenko.
Substitution in progress.
Portugal can make their change now with a break in play. And the break in play means they can now affect their change.
Yeah, I think the manager might have feared his team could become a little tentative, conservative even, Peter. But this will make a nice change.
And the through ball. And he was alert to it. And Batistuta! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long, and that happens. It gets pinched. Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Raul, passing nice and neat. We are into overtime. Pops him off it and wins back the ball. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Raul. No way through there. And there goes the final whistle. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, Peter, I think this was a game that served to show just how effective set pieces can be. Sometimes you have to rely on them when nothing else seems to be working for you, and this was exactly that.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The game yet to
everybody,
kick
and
off.
welcome to
The
today's
excitement
match.
already palpable.
Portugal against Barcelona.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Forlan has the space to scheme. And that is a little undercooked. Oh, good-looking ball. Can he finish? Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Mbappe really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Portugal finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Stojkovic gets across and deals with it. He gets a ticking off and needs to be very careful now. And it's Messi. Oh, well played. Portugal are behind here despite their domination of possession.
Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Now that's well seen too.
This is the time you need that pace.
That is good alertness. Forlan. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Has a look and place it forward.
Portugal
Really? Oh, that is asking for trouble. Oh, it's come loose. Forlan! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Barcelona with the corner. They're first. Batistuta tries to clear. Portugal have the chance to go the other way. And this is Shevchenko. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, good finish. Portugal are level. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Portugal restore parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Two added minutes has been
Deep
indicated.
into stoppage time, and that's gone loose. And reclaimed it in a trice. Gilberto Silva. And it's half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. How would you review the first half?
Portugal really showed some resolve in that first half, Peter, after going behind. So I think the message from the manager will be quite a positive one. Keep going and keep doing what you've been doing, because it's pretty good.
Well, they've gone toe-to-toe for those 45 minutes, and at half-time the score is 1-1. And so the action is resumed.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Oh, good spread. And the pass is intercepted. Stojkovic, who does have an assist to his name. Oh, facing up to his hand. Judge, surely! Goal! Barcelona! Into the lead once more. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? So can they find a way to turn around this deficit? Batistuta, forever the opportunist. A sniff, that's all he needs. Shoots! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Tries to get it clear. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, well played, well played.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
No, no way through. Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they...
Big chance! Oh, he has absolutely drilled that. It's their second corner of the game. And that has been knocked clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. And this is Shevchenko. Nice interception, well timed. Gilberto Silva. Barcelona are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Oh, there's a probing ball.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Goes for a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? It'll be a throw-in.
Substitution for Portugal. Number 13, Shevchenko. Number 26, Kagawa.
Portugal could be
Coming
just
on the
about
field,
done here.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
Number 4, Olise.
Barcelona can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Busquets cuts out the pass. Hernes wants to run onto this. It's a goal kick. And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Oh, that's been cut out, well played. Now, can they get him away? He's on it, can he get away? Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, Jim, there's only one reason that he would be sent off there. It is the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
Yes, sadly he knew exactly what he was doing and he had to go with the risk.
He's shaping up to have a crack from here.
Well, he can produce power, precision and deception, so he's not short in options.
Adams. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And we're underway.
What an impressive figure Oliver Kahn cuts.
Yeah, they call him the Titan, Peter, and the reasons are fairly obvious. As personalities go, we're talking big.
As close as you get to goalkeeping perfection.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Looking to play him in, and Berbatov! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Berbatov really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And we have our very first corner. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Portugal are looking to go forward now. Now, can they get him away? He's got away! There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Oh, great defending, that needed doing. Akanji defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Shevchenko! Oh, split-second reaction.
Shevchenko is offering a wry smile there.
And claimed it back swiftly. Looking for options for movement. And that's gone loose. And he's managed to get free. It's Gerrard! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
And the pass is intercepted. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Batistuta. That's the keeper's ball. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines. Shevchenko. And that is a little undercooked. Akanji gets across to intercept that. Threads one in. Shevchenko! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And it's Xavi tries one from range. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, it's come loose. Gerrard. McAllister. Oh, good-looking ball. He's in a great position here. He has found the way through. And that's an excellent interception. Gerrard gets it clear. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Oh, he's played it in low. And it's half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. The midway point of the game.
Portugal certainly have plenty of positives to take from that first half, especially the way they were able to turn it on in the last few minutes. I can see them coming out with more menace, more meaningfulness after the break, as momentum is definitely with them now.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. And here's Batistuta. Real chance! Oh, that was no routine save.
Messi actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Corner number 2 then. Can he get it through? Triol. Cafu. Messi. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Well, if you did take an extended half-time break, you'll be relieved to hear that you have missed nothing. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Portugal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And that's definitely not his best. Baresi. He's found a way through. Now this could be... Shoots! And that's a good finish. And we have liftoff. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
So we have the first goal.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
Well read, and the danger is averted. Your impression so far, Jim?
Portugal are very much in the game and matching the opposition for chances.
Tacho kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. That's been slipped through. Donadoni. Portugal can breathe again, just.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Stood up well to him there. Berbatov gets into a good position.
Uruguay surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
So we have further activity on the bench here. Great vision. Beckham. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And it's Gerrard. Great ball, and he's in here. Now it's Gerrard.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, there's a probing ball.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
And it's made its way to him. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Can he get onto this? Triol cuts it out. Oh no, this does not look good. He's shifting through the gears here. So what can they make of this? Now that's well seen too. And that is that. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage.